Okay, so far we've tackled reverse curves, simple curves, compound curves. Now let's tackle parabolic curves. So in your syllabus, it states there that you have your horizontal and vertical, but I changed that. Instead of categorizing it that way, we're gonna solve according to its symmetry. So we have symmetrical parabolic curves, and next meeting or next week rather, we're gonna discuss unsymmetrical parabolic curves. Okay. So before we start, hold on, let me just set up my Zoom. Okay. Okay, begin. Symmetrical parabolic curves. So what is that? Symmetrical parabolic curve does not necessarily mean the curve is symmetrical at L over 2. It simply means that the curve is made up of single vertical parabolic curve, while using two or more parabolic curves placed adjacent to each other is called unsymmetrical parabolic curve. Okay, so even though it's named that way, it's not necessarily symmetrical. Okay, it just means it's a single vertical parabolic curve or sometimes horizontal. Let's talk about the elements of a vertical curve. It's a bit different from your simple curve. So you have this point, it's the same, it's still your PC. Then you have your two tangent lines, back tangent and your forward tangent, and the intersection of that is still your point of intersection. And then here at the end, it's still your PT, point of tangency. So those are the same points. Now what's different? You have this point right here. So you're either going to have a summit or a sag. So summit means the highest point on your parabolic curve. Now for sags, okay, it's going to be oriented the opposite way. Okay? It's going to look like a sag, hence the name, and it's the lowest point on your curve. So that's a new part, not seen in simple curves. Now, we have other variables as you can see here. Let's start from the left, okay, moving to the right. So L over 2, L over 2. Here, L is just the length of your curve. So as you can see, it's measured along a horizontal line. So it's not measured along the curve itself. Okay? So yeah. Next, we have from PC to PI and from PI to PT, the horizontal distance are both L over 2. So this is one of the reasons why it's called asymmetrical curve, because it's both L over 2, L over 2, horizontal distance from PC to PI and PI to PT. Okay? Next, we have your G1 and G2. So G1 and G2 are these, the slope of your back tangent and forward tangent respectively. We'll go more into detail later. Next, we have this S1 and S2. So S1 is the horizontal distance from PC to the summit or sag. Then S2 is from PT to your summit or sag. Next, your A and B. So A is just the distance from PC, vertical distance from PC to PI. And then B is vertical distance from PT to PI. Next, H1 and H2. So H1 is vertical distance from PC to summit or sag. H2, vertical distance from PT yan, to summit or sag. Okay, next, what else do we have? We have the C. So C is just the difference in vertical displacement of 2 points on a curve. And then we have your H. H is just the vertical distance from summit to PI and from summit to the midpoint of the chord from PC to PT. So draw a chord from PC to PT, midpoint of that is this. Vertical distance of that to your summit or sag is H. And also, vertical distance of summit to PI is also H. Therefore, summit lies in between those two distances. Okay. Then we have this A. A is the angle of intersection, or it's just the difference of grades for G1 and G2. Okay, so that's it. Next, what is this? We have what we call your grade diagram. This is sometimes used to figure out elevations or points or stationing of your curve. So let's start here at the left. For G1, it's a positive grade line because it's upward, positive slope. And on the right, you have G2, it's negative slope. So therefore here, okay, at PC, slope is G1, okay? Then as you can see here, following your parabola, this slope and gets flatter and flatter as you reach the summit. That's why this line represents the value of your slope of your parabola. Okay? So here, the slope at PC is the same as the slope of your tangent line. That's why this is G1. And again, following your parabola, it gets smaller and smaller. Then here at the summit or sag, remember from your analytic geometry, I believe, the highest and lowest points on a curve has slope equals 0. That's why it's here. 0 mark is the slope here. Then, after that point, your slope is descending. That's why it's now at the negative line, the negative part of your diagram. Then from a relatively flat slope, and it gets steeper and steeper. That's why the value of your grade or slope is increasing. And then at PT, the slope of your parabola at PT is the same as the slope of your tangent line. So that's why this is G2. Okay, again, G1, G2, slope of your tangent lines. Okay? And then the importance of that is, as you can see, this area right here is equal to the vertical difference of 2 points on your curve. Okay, so that's why we create your grade lines to get vertical differences. Right, so let's talk about more in detail. So PC's point of curvature, also known as BVC, beginning of vertical curve. PT, point of tangency, also known as EVC, end of vertical curve. PI is point of intersection of the tangents, also called PVI, point of vertical intersection. L is length of parabolic curve. It is the projection of the curve into a horizontal surface, which corresponds to the plane distance. So as you can see, L, horizontal projection of your parabola. So L is not measured along the parabola in projection. S1, horizontal distance from PC to the highest for summit or lowest for sag, point of the summit or sag curve. S2, horizontal distance from PT to highest or lowest point of summit or sag curve. H1, vertical distance between PC and the highest and lowest point of the summit curve. Then H2, vertical distance between PT and the highest lowest point of the summit and sag curve. So S1, S2 are horizontal distances. H1, H2 are vertical distances, but they're comparing the same points, your PC, your PT, and the highest or lowest points on your curve. Next, G1, G2, grade in percent of back tangent through the PC or forward tangent, the one through the PP. Now we have your other values. A, again, is like your angle of intersection. It's just the change in grade from PC to PP. Then small a is vertical distance between PC and TI. B is vertical distance between PP and TI. And lastly, H, vertical distance between PI and the curve, sometimes known as the maximum offset. Why? Why maximum offset? Because look here. Vertical distance from PI to the curve. Yeah. It has one of the greatest offset distances from tangent line to your curve. Okay? And X and Y are also your offset distances from tangent line to curve. Okay? So those are your parts. Let's talk about some properties of your parabolic curves. So the stationing of vertical parabolic curves is measured along a horizontal line. Same with your length. Okay, so stationing is along the horizontal. The slope of a parabola varies uniformly along the curve. So varies uniformly. That's why the slope is a straight line, because the slope of your parabola varies uniformly. So if you graph that, then you get a straight line. PI is midway between PC and PP. Yes, as you can see, PI. Let's compare PI, PC, PP. It's midway if you're just considering horizontal projection or horizontal distances. This is L over 2. This is also L over 2. The vertical offsets from tangent to the curve are proportional to the squares of the distances from PC or PP. What does that mean? Vertical offset proportional to the squares of the distances from PC to PT. So let's take this point here along X and Y. So this point, tangent offset, so therefore it's Y. Tangent offset at this point, vertical tangent offset is Y. So therefore, proportional. So Y over horizontal distance from PC to that point. Let's call that X1. So Y over X1 squared equals yet another point there, yet another tangent offset there. Let's call that Z. So Z over X sub 2 squared. Later on, you'll see that in our equation or when we're problem solving. Next, the curve is midway between PI and the midpoint of the chord from PC to PP. So midway, which is correct because as you can see, they're equidistant, HH. Okay? So this is your chord from PC to PT, and this is the midpoint. And your summit or sag lies, or your curve, and the summit or curve lies between PI and the chord midpoint of the chord from PC to PT. That's why it's H and H. And then lastly, the vertical distance between any 2 points on the curve is equal to the area under the grade diagram. The vertical distance C equals area. Again, as you can see here, vertical distance from these 2 points, C, also equal to the area here of your grade diagram. So those are the properties. Okay? Next, you have these equations. So R equals G2 minus G1 over L. R is just change in grade per length. Then A, again, distance from PC to a point, from PC to vertical distance from PC to summit, to PI, just 1/2 G1L. Why? Why? So G1 is slope, right? Slope is rise over run. Therefore, G1 is equal to rise. What's the rise? Vertical distance from PC to PI. So that's just A. So again, G1 equals A over run. What's run? L over 2. Right? Distance from PC to PI. Horizontal. So again, G1 equals rise over run. G1 equals A over L over 2. Therefore, A is just equal to 1/2 G1L. And the same concept applies to all of the equations. Okay? 1/2 G1L, therefore B is 1/2 G2L. Okay? Then this is what was mentioned in the properties. So tangent offset over distance from PC or PP. So tangent offset, yeah, it's Y over distance from PC to that point. So that's your X. So Y over X squared equals, and you can use this, H over L over 2 squared. If you notice, H is also equal to the vertical tangent offset from your back or front tangent to the point on your parabola. So that's your H. Then over distance from PC to that point, since it's in the middle, that's just L over 2 as well. So L over 2 squared, or L squared over 4. Okay. And then H is just 1/8 L G1 minus G2. Then H1, H2, S1, and S2 follow the same concept as what I've shown for A and B. Okay, so H1 is just 1/2 G1 S1, H2 is 1/2 G2 S2, and so on and so forth. Okay. So there. So before we move on to the examples, I'd like you to be familiar with the parts of a parabola so that it's not hard when I name them later on in our examples. Okay, so I'll give you around how many minutes do you need to memorize the parts of a parabola and where they go? I ask you, how many minutes do you need? Because I'm gonna be calling you randomly to tell me what part is this. 5 minutes? 10? 20? How many minutes do you need to memorize? 20. Kaya nyo na ng 20? Agree kayo? Please answer. Do you need less or more? How about the others? Please answer. Okay, mukhang okay na kayo sa 20. Alright. So it's 1:55 on my clock. So I'll give you 20 minutes to memorize the parts of the parabola. So what we'll do after that, for example, I'll be drawing this dimension lines. Then you give me what variable is that. Is that S1? Is that S2? Is that G? Is that A? Okay, ganun. So memorize all these parts. Okay, 20 minutes starts now. Okay, let's begin. 20 minutes are up. Okay. So again, I'm gonna draw dimension lines and ask you what part of your parabola or parabolic curve it is, or I'll just point at certain points and tell me what is that. Okay? So let me show you this. So you may type in your answer or use your mic. By the way, someone's unmuted. Please mute. And thank you. All right. Again, as you already known, I'm gonna spin this wheel. Then I'm gonna show you this and ask you what part or what part is this? Okay. Let's begin. Okay, first. Lawrence, are you ready? Okay, Lawrence. Lawrence, you there? Wala. Wala. Kanina dito ka. Okay. Next. Okay. Ah, let me know when it's a bit stable so that I can call on you, Lawrence. Okay? Let's move on to the next one while you try to sort out your net. Diana.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Diana. What part is this? What's that? It's
Yung
okay.
L po.
Correct, L. Okay, very good. Okay. Next. Prince.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what part is this?
Sorry, ma'am. L over 2, ma'am.
Correct. Sabi. Okay, next. Christian.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Christian, what do you call this point?
PC, ma'am.
Correct, PC. Sabi ba? ABC. Next. Ryan.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Ryan, what do you call this point?
PI po, ma'am.
Correct. 1. Okay, next. France. Franz law. Okay. What do you call this point? Correct. PT. Low. Okay. Next. Clarissa. Cinco.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, Clarissa. What do you call this point?
Summit po.
Correct. Summit. Okay, good. C. Okay, next. Anna. Mallorca. Anna. Okay. Anna, what do you call? Oh. Oops. This point. Correct. H1. H1. Okay, next. Joseph. Kano.
Left yun po.
Okay. Joseph, what do you call this point? Oops.
A po.
Correct. A. Very good. Ano? Next. Victor. Paulo. Miranda. Paulo, dito ka ba? Wala. Wala. Last chance. Wala. Next. Irvin. Rex Marquez. Are you here? Laden? Wala. Absent. Okay. Raymond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Raymond. What do you call this? Oops.
Saan po ma'am ulit?
So, summit to PT. Vertical distance of summit to PT.
H2.
Correct, H2. Okay, good. Okay. Angelica. Angelica. Wala. Absent. Okay. Wala. Okay. Carla Fontanilla. Okay, Carla. What is this? Oops. Correct, S1. Very good. Next. Ritz Balino. Okay, Ritz. What do you call this? Balik tayong kulay. D, correct. Okay. Hazel.
Hello po.
Hello. Okay, next. What is... Teka. Oh. Ayan.
H po.
Correct, H. Okay, good. Okay. Right. Next. Kaulit. Lau, okay na ba net mo?
Hi ma'am, okay na po.
Okay. Lau, what is race? So,
G2 po.
sure ka? Ito ah. Ito ah. Final answer?
Opo, G2.
Incorrect. Oh. Sorry, incorrect. It's not G2. Check mo ulit sa notes mo kung nakopya mo. Oh, Jasper. Are you here? Jasper?
Yes po.
Oh,
Opo.
Jasper, what is this?
S2 po.
Correct, S2. Okay. Iba yung G2. This is S2. Good. Salas. Okay. Next. Patricia Mejia. Patricia. Hello. Okay. Patricia. Ano pa ba hindi ko pa na... Okay. What is this? Correct, G1. Okay, good. Mejia. Yeah. Okay. Next. Joely. Maliwanag.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. What is ano ito?
Back tangent po.
Correct, back tangent. Okay, di ko na susulat. Correct. Let's call that the back tangent. Next. Irvin, dito ka na ba? Marquez? Wala pa rin. Okay. Trisha.
Yes po.
Okay, Trisha. What is this?
G2 po.
Correct, G2. Okay. Okay, next. Kurt Justin.
Hello po.
No. Okay. Kurt, what is... Wait lang. This line. What do you call that?
G2 po.
No, the actual line itself.
Forward tangent.
Correct, forward tangent. John, Hara.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, John, what is... Magandang this?
A, ma'am.
Correct, A. Okay. Very good. J. Okay, next. Yan, natawag ka na. Victor, Miranda, dito ka na ba? Wala pa rin. Dapat. Scobin. Angelica, dito ka na ba? Wala. Miguel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miguel, what do you call the slope of this? Slope.
Slope po, ma'am.
Yes.
Yung G1 po.
Yes, correct. G1. Reynald. Reynald. Ayan, Reynald. Okay. What do you call the slope of this? Correct. G2. Next. Give chance to others. Ikaw pa rin. Tanggalin na kita. You had 2 chances. You had a chance na. Camille.
Yes po.
Okay, Camille, what is... Ano ba bang wala? Ito. Okay. Sorry. Ito pala. Yan. Chord from PC to PP. The distance from summit to the midpoint of that chord.
Would that also be H po?
Correct, that's H. Okay, good. H. Okay. Next. Miguel. Rubia. Miguel. Rubia. Wala. 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 Okay. Justin.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Justin, what is this? From tangent to point on a curve. What do we call this offset distance?
X, ma'am.
Final answer, vertical offset distance.
Y.
Y. Okay, correct. Y. Okay. Ray. Angelo.
Dito, ma'am. Nice. Last year pa inaantay matawag sa mga ganito. Taon ka talaga yung 2012.
Oo nga eh. Lagi kang di natatawag. Okay. Alright. Yan po. What do you call? Ano ba kung hindi ko pa na... Oh, what's the equation of A?
Ay, G2 minus G1.
Correct. Okay, very good. Sahara. Okay, noted kay Pimentel. My emergency. Okay. Okay, thank you. Ikot ko ba? Regencia, Ann.
Yes, ma'am.
Ann. What is this?
L/2 po, ma'am.
Correct. Regencia. H-I-G. I don't know. Alright. I think that's it. That's all of it. Okay. So now that you're familiar with the parts, let's move on to problem solving. I have 15 minutes for that. Okay. Balik tayo dito. Okay, very good. Yan. Para hindi na tayo mahirapan when I name the parts. Okay, let's have an example now. A descending grade of 6% and an ascending grade of 2% intersect at section 12 plus 200 kilometers whose elevation is at 14.375. The two grades are to be connected by a parabolic curve 160 meters long. Find the elevation of the first quarter point on the curve. Okay, let's solve. So first, oops. Okay, so let's draw. So first of all, we had an ascending grade, a descending grade of 6 and an ascending grade of 2. So descending meaning negative slope. So 6, then 2. Okay, 6, then 2. Okay, so that's your slope. Let's name the parts accordingly. This is your PC. This is your PI. This is your PT. Okay, and drawing the curve. Pwede na. Okay. Let's fix this. Right. Yeah. Okay. And that's your parabola. Next. So 6% and 2%. Let's write that out. 6%. 2%. What else? So station of PI is given an elevation of PI. So 12, 200, 14, 375. So you can just write that out. Okay. Station PI 12 plus 200 kilometers. Elevation of PI 14.375 meters. What else is given? Two grades are connected by a curve 160 meters long. So that's the length of your curve, L, 160 meters. Okay. Then what we're looking for is elevation on the first quarter point on the curve. So quarter point meaning, let's cut this into fours. Okay. So quarter point. So the middle would be I'll just adjust. Okay. Okay. So quarter point meaning I want to know the elevation at this point. First quarter point would be this. Okay, elevation at this point on the curve, let's call that point Q. Okay. So to get the elevation of a point on the curve, figure out first what's given. I'm given elevation of PI, so all of my distances will be based on that. Okay. So here I know this elevation. So one way to solve for elevation of Q is to get this. Okay. So PI let me just draw this smaller. Okay, or here. So this is your elevation of PI, right, on this line. So let's call this line Y. Let's call it H, small h. Okay. Then this, from the tangent to a point on the curve, that's your Y. Okay. So Y. So therefore, one way to solve for elevation of Q. Okay. Let me just draw this because I'll use it later. So grade diagram. So anyway, going back, one method, elevation of Q is just equal to, again, elevation of PI plus H plus Y. So plus H plus Y. Now I have to figure out what's H and Y. So let's start with H. To get H, notice this. Okay. This forms a right triangle. Okay. So this is your H. This line, right, has a grade of 6%. So this is 6%. Then what is this? So remember, total length of this is 160 meters. Then quarter points, so it's divided by 4. So therefore, the lengths of these are 40 meters each, right? So 40, 40, 40, 40 at quarter points, since this is divided into 4. So therefore, as you can see, based on this drawing, okay, right, this point to this point, your PI, is actually equal to 40. So this is 40. So therefore, H, again, slope is just rise over run. So 6% rise over run. There. So to get a solution out of that, 6% is 0.06 equals rise, which is H, over run, which is 4. So H is just 0.06 times 4. So solving for that, H is just 2.4. Okay, now I got H. Next, how do I get Y? Y is this offset distance. So remember, we had this ratio for offset distances. Okay, so it's Y. Looking back at our yeah. So vertical offset proportion to square distance from PC or PT. So vertical offset Y, distance from PC would be this length. Okay, so distance from PC, this is PC, to your Y is this, which is equal to 40. Okay, so Y over that horizontal distance squared equals another one of that. So again, from tangent to curve over PC to curve. So one thing to do to make things easier, okay, I can use this. Since this is still technically from tangent to curve. Okay? So using this, remember, this value is actually H. Okay? Tangent to curve. And then, oh, by the way, this is incorrect. Sorry. Let me move this. It's not to summit, okay? It's to curve. That's your H. It's not necessarily to summit. It's just on the point on the curve. Okay, so going back, Y equals H over this distance. Okay, and that distance again is 40 plus 40, so 80. Okay, now I have an equation for Y. To solve for Y, I need first to solve for H. So I can solve for H using this equation, since both are given. And H is 1/8 L G1 minus G2. 1/8 L G1 minus G2. So 1/8 L is 160. G1 minus G2. So G1 is negative 6% since it's descending. Okay, so that's negative 0.06 minus G2, which is 2%, so 0.02. Positive 0.02. So solving for this, you get negative 1.6. However, we only need the distance, the magnitude of the distance, so ignore that negative sign. That negative sign just means we have a sag. That's all it means. So just use 1.6, okay? So equals 1.6 over 80 squared. Then solving for Y, you get 0.4. Okay? So now solving for this, finally, elevation PI, 14.375 plus h, which is 2.4 plus 1 plus 0.4. And ang sinusot. What's the final answer? 17.18. Correct. Very good. Then this is in meters. So that's one way to solve for that. But since we're out of time, okay, wait. Okay, I'll show you the method next, another method to solve for this next meeting, wherein you use your grade diagram. Okay. By the way, any questions for number 1? Do you guys understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. How about the others? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, question po.
Yes.
Is it 0.06 times 4? When you get the h, isn't it supposed to be 0.24, not 2.4?
0.24. Okay. Okay, sorry. This is 40. Rise over run. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. It's 40.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And it's 40. 40, 40. Okay, any other questions? Lana? All right. Okay. Before I dismiss you, let me show you something. Week 5. Okay, so you have your midterm assessment. It's week 5 already, hence you have another journal. So deadline of midterm assessment is Saturday, 11:59 p.m. So just answer the following. You can use MS Word or you can convert it to PDF file, doesn't matter since it's just going to show up the same way here on Blackboard. So essentially just answer the following. First, what have you learned so far in class? So don't just write the syllabus and the topics, okay? Learn everything you've understood here. What topics did you understand the most? Meaning, what topics are you confident you can teach to someone else? That's usually an indicator of a good understanding of a certain topic, okay? So write that there. Number 2, what would you like to change about the class? Anything you want to improve on? For example, do I talk too fast? Is my microphone or the volume of my microphone is too low? And is the pacing too fast? And everything you want to improve on or change, write it there. Next, what do you want to keep about the class? Do you like the pacing? Do you like the volume of my voice? Do you like the presentation of lectures? Anything you want to keep, just write it there. Okay, so the purpose of that is so I can adjust accordingly since this is an online class. It's very different from an actual class. So we can still make adjustments on how to improve on our lectures. And then 4, what do you think about your performance in this class so far? Are you satisfied with your performance? Do you think you can do better? What happened? Why do you think you weren't able to perform as well as you wanted? And just write it all there. And then lastly, suggestions. And do you want to play games? What kind of games do you want to play? What kind of things do you want to add? What kind of activities? And any suggestion you have, write it there. Okay, do you understand?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay, great. It's time. I'll let you go. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, ma'am. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Bye,
Happy New
ma'am.
Year.
Bye po.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year then.